Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're catching this video. Hey, today I want to talk about the idea of having people around you. How they say your income is going to be the average of your 5 friends, or when we talk about growing up, and surrounding yourself with the right people and fellowship. And I'm gonna say this: some people, sometimes we surrounded, we in an environment that we don't really like, or we got people around us. We don't really have too many options when it comes to the right people to surround yourself with. But I want to give you an idea. I want to give you a concept. Sometimes when you don't have the people around you to surround yourself with, you still do, especially in our age. What do I mean by that? I mean, fellowshipping is fellowshipping. Whenever you got somebody around you that you're seeing all the time, there's a hypnotic rhythm that you're dealing with. You're listening to them all the time. You know, when y'all have conversations, they reflect in a certain mentality to you. You know, so you constantly get in that end. Your mind and your energy field is constantly considering that type of energy. Well, how are you supposed to make a difference or choose something different? I'm gonna tell you how. You know, especially when you don't have those people around you. Well, first you got to start saying no. You have to before you start changing your life, you have to be okay with people feeling like you're acting funny. You know, and that's not easy. You know what I'm saying? But you just do it slowly. You know, start pulling back your energy. You know, stop calling as much. Stop reaching out as much. Especially if you're the one putting so much into their relationship. But basically, what you're doing, you're not trying to act funny, or you're not trying to look down on them. You're trying to heal yourself. You're trying to grow. You're trying to be better. You're trying to improve yourself. You know, and a true friend, whether they playing into the patterns or not, a true friend, once they know that, they're gonna support you. But the one who's not really your friend and they just kind of eating off of your energy, you know, they're gonna look down on you for trying to better yourself. That's even more reason for you to separate yourself. But after you do that, after you create that space by saying no, separating yourself a little bit, then you start, you know, fellowshipping and listening to other people. It can be you dealing with another person. You know, dealing with another person, actually meeting somebody who has the mentality that you have or that you want to have. Or in our age, the benefit we have is YouTube videos, books. You know, some of these highly successful people, you know, have books out here that they took their time to pour. They done poured a lot of their life and their mentality into these books. You sitting down absorbing that information is just like you having those conversations. It's just like you being with that person. That's an example of having that type of energy around you, because you literally soaking in the information just as if you was talking to that person. If you were sitting down talking to that person, the concepts they give you, it's the same as if you're reading a book, because as you're reading the book, you're quiet. And those same thoughts and ideas are getting suggested. Podcasts, spending more time with podcasts that support where you're trying to go, rather than people who distracting you and taking you away from where you're trying to go. All of that stuff is like, it's suggestive. You know, it's putting you in alignment without you having to have that physical person. So reading, podcasts, interviews even. You know, those little videos where it talk about like a certain number of signs that you on the way, or all of those type of things. It's doing the same thing essentially that a person that you will be doing when you in the presence with another person. It's giving you ideas that's coming from a certain vibration. If these ideas are coming from somebody who's successful, if these ideas are coming from somebody who have success with their family, healthy family dynamics, and that's something that you want, then, surround yourself with that material. Get multiple books that's talking about the same thing. Before long, you find yourself in that same vibration, those same thought patterns, and you're moving along that same trajectory, So surrounding yourself with the right type of people don't always have to be physical. If it's physical, that's amazing, that's a gift. But I find this, as you continue to align yourself mentally, even if it's reading books, if you don't have access to physical people, if it's reading books or listening to podcasts, as you start to become one with that type of information and that level of vibration, then your environment is going to start to shape in order to align with you, because like this is an energy world, and you, no matter what you vibrating, you are the magnet. You are the center of your world, and you're a magnet. The universe is going to start moving stuff out of your way and bringing stuff in to attract to you, to your vibration. Naturally, if there's only 2 people in a city that have the vibration that you're carrying, you're going to end up meeting that person. You're going to end up being in the same room with that person somehow. Y'all paths going to end up aligning for some reason. Like-minded group chats, somehow, some way, it's gonna align for you to start having these people closer to you, and that's just a part of the manifestation happening. Remember to be grateful, y'all, because this stuff works without you having gratitude, but gratitude just keeps reminding you that it's real, and that you are moving, so. Cause I don't know. I feel like, me personally, I feel like manifestation ain't even the greatest thing that you can have. As you start to manifest more, and me, if you're an artist, you've been doing that forever. If you're an artist or a creative, you've been manifesting forever. You understand the process. It's no different than that. It's just simply that you're doing it with your life now. But I don't think manifestation is the highest vibration that you can have. I think the highest vibration that you can have is to be completely happy and content within yourself, no matter what's going on, no matter what's manifested in your life and what haven't manifested in your life. Whether you're a billionaire, millionaire, thousandaire, nothingaire. I feel like the man that's sitting on the side of the road, no house, no nothing, but extremely happy, extremely content, and fulfilled, is way better off than a billionaire who has no sense of peace, who is struggling every single day. That's not, everybody don't feel that way, but that's just, where I'm at. But I think it is important for a lot of us to understand that we are creators and to get that feeling, start aligning our lives. Because I think Jim Carrey said he wished that everybody could have everything that they want, so that they can see that it's not enough. Shout out to him, shout out to spiritual masters. I don't know if in my past life I've had wealth and abundance. I've always felt that, abundance and creation, it's one thing. I don't think it's a bad thing, but I think it's amazing. I think it's high up there, but I don't think it's greater than you being able to be at one with everything around you, to be able to be peaceful and happy with the presence that you are. I think that's higher. So that's just me. That's just my personal idea, And the funny thing is, I believe that when you feel like you are higher than anything you can create, when you feel like you're worth more than the billionaire that you're seeking to become, when you're worth more than the millionaire that you have the access to be able to be, when you're worth more than those things, I feel like they just kind of come to you. They just kind of come to you. Some of us still want what we want. Nothing wrong with that. That's a part of the journey. But then there's some of us that want what's for us. We don't want what's not for us. That's a higher level of maturity. And then, at some point, I don't want anything. I just want to be. I want to be in joy. I want to be in my presence. And at that point, everything around you is just good or bad. You thankful for it showing up, and somehow you impress upon it just in your presence, because your presence is just like the trees, life-giving, and very neutral. So yeah, that's all I got for y'all. Surrounding yourself by the right people, it doesn't always have to be physical. It can be mental thoughts. So start getting yourself around the right people. Start getting yourself around the right ideas. And get in touch with your higher self. Get in touch with your highest love and your highest timeline. I wish you so much abundance, so much happiness, and you deserve it. Now, with that being said, today might be a rough day. Today might be an amazing day. You might be barely making ends meet, or you might be at the pinnacle of your success. Either way, the greatest place to come from is where? Right where you are. All right? I wish you love, peace, abundance every single day, but especially when it rains. Stay loved, stay true, stay protected, stay powerful, stay beautiful. Peace out.